Test, 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 test. We're testing the mic. We're testing the mic. Welcome back, YouTube. It is Connor. Yes, I'm sitting in my chair in a long coat. Is that a little bit crazy? Perhaps, but is it comfortable? Yes. We're back with a YouTube video today that I think is going to be really fun. It's technically a little bit late, but I saw this trend all over TikTok where people were doing their favorite or their best clothing purchases of 2024. And I guess, and I know that this is like a week late, but maybe a little bit over. By the time I post this, it'll be Sunday, like probably like January, what? Maybe this is 2 weeks late. Oh my gosh, am I 2 weeks late on this? I'm sorry, y'all. This might be 2 weeks late, but it's just, you know, when it's going to get posted. This video is going to be fun for me because I picked up so much clothing in 2024. My closet, honestly, my style completely probably changed for the better. My closet like probably doubled or tripled and then also shrank and then grew and then shrank because I just got so much stuff this year. So many amazing pieces that I love and frankly I'm gonna have for the rest of my life, which I'm so stoked for. I got so many pieces that I just absolutely love that trying to narrow this down to like just 10 is what everybody's been doing. I'll probably do like maybe 12, but trying to narrow this down has been impossible. Literally, I've just been going through every piece in my closet. It's been a struggle, y'all. It's been really hard. That being said, I feel like I have narrowed down some of my favorites and also just a little constraint to this. This is only going to be stuff that I've purchased with my own money, stuff that I like went out of my way to actually buy, like stuff that I sought out, you know, because I was gifted a lot of amazing pieces this year. And frankly, a lot of those pieces would be in this list. A lot of stuff that people have given me, just etc. You know, all this extra stuff could easily make this list, but I thought it'd be more fun and more interesting to do stuff that I actively went out of my way and spent my own money on. So yeah, without further ado, I guess let's get into this list. We got a lot of great pieces and I'm excited to share them with y'all. And before we get into the actual like list, I did have to go through a few honorable mentions because again, there was so many great things. There's just a few things that while I don't think they made the actual list, I couldn't leave them off because I love them so much. First, for the honorable mentions, we have my Camper Lab ballet flats. I love these things. I'll throw up some pictures maybe over here of me actually wearing them, but I love these things. I lived in them over the summer. They were so amazing. I think I bought them out in New York, if I recall correctly. They're insanely comfortable. They're very much so my style. And I was looking for like a ballet flat that had like this big strap. I think Margiela kind of makes one like that, but of course they don't make any in my size. So, oh well. I ended up getting the Campers instead, and I love these things. They weren't even that expensive. I think they were like $100, which is really not bad considering they're very well made. They're extremely comfortable, and I think they look great. Honorable mention number 2, a lot of shoes on this list. I got a lot of shoes this year. Oh my gosh, these are so blown out. Hold on, let me tap this to see if I can like focus on that. Okay, there we go. My Adidas Taekwondo shoes. Now these got a lot of mixed reviews online. I posted a video on TikTok about these and I think it got like 4 million views, and about half of them were people saying they love them and the other half were people saying like these are the ugliest shoes in the world. And then actually, wait, I take it back. About 10% of them were people from Europe calling them the Lonsdale slip-ons or something like that. I don't know what that is, but apparently British people have a lot of beef with this style of shoe. So sorry to all my UK friends out there, but I love these things. I think they're great. I got them in Milan a little while ago and I actually got them custom like etched with these C's for my initials, Connor Chase. And this was really cool. They actually laser engraved it. I have a video on my TikTok and they're so sick. I love these things. They're my everyday slip-ons. They're basically my beaters. I wear them in every single outfit. I've worn them in so many days in a row where I just didn't post like a video or an outfit about them because I just love them so much. They genuinely are like me to a T. They're my style. I love them. I think they're gorgeous. I think they're super comfortable. Like all around just phenomenal shoes. Last honorable mention are these glasses from Kimi or Chimi. I think it's Chimi actually. I love these things. I feel like a diva. I feel like Audrey Hepburn in these. I think they're so sick. I got these out in Oslo when all of my baggage decided to stay in America when I went to Europe. That was a great trip. Throwback to a fun time. I still hate North Atlantic for that whole ordeal, but what can you do? I got some cool sunglasses out of it, so was it worth it? Yes, maybe, perhaps, but I love these things. They're just really fun. Great sunglasses. Had to throw them in the video. Now for the actual video, we have to start off. These are in no particular order, by the way. There's no way I could order these from favorite to least favorite, so I'm just showing them. And I'm gonna start with tops because it's easier for me to just throw in all these tops rather than change my pants 100 times right now. Frankly, I'm just kind of lazy, so I'm kind of pushing that off for later. I'm still gonna have to do it, but like I'm kind of feel lazy, so I don't want to change my pants a bunch of times. That being said, I got this cardigan from Holtzweiler. I love this thing. I get so many compliments on it. I get so many people asking about it. Everyone loves it. I'll throw a couple pictures of me like styling it. A common theme throughout a lot of these purchases purchases is I wear these pieces consistently in my everyday life. I just don't really always post them or like post pictures or videos of them. So I wear these like very, very consistently. I just don't like have them on social media a ton. They're definitely on my social media. This applies to like all the pieces I'm going to show. But yeah, I got this thing out in Oslo. Again, this is when my luggage stayed in America, which was very unfortunate, but it did allow me to get this cardigan. It's got a beautiful fit to it, an insane color. It's insanely comfortable, well made. I love the slouchy wide sleeves. This is just like an all-time favorite cardigan of mine. It's me. It's me. I don't know what else to say other than this is me as a cardigan. Next up is this shirt from Acne Studios. This is a button up, big, like huge wide sleeves on it. I love this shirt so much. Again, with a common thing you're gonna notice is a lot of these purchases I got when I was in Oslo and Copenhagen because all of my stuff was in America. But the reason why a lot of those are my favorite purchases is because I basically had to rebuild my wardrobe from scratch while I was out there, and it was for Fashion Week. So I basically just had to get a lot of like very basic, simple pieces that I could just style with a lot of other things. This is actually not one of those pieces, ironically, having said that, but I do love this thing. I wear this so much, actually. I wore this the last 4 days in a row, I think. I lounge around my house in it. I'll just lay in my bed in it. I'll sit on the couch. I wear this thing all the time. My roommates are actually giving me crap the other day because I wear this thing so much, but it's great. I actually did alter it. I got the bottom hemmed into a shape that I like. I prefer more of this like rounded cut. Originally it came and it was like really long and it was just a straight flat cut, and I just didn't like the look of it. So I just got it tailored to fit me in a way that I preferred. And a lot of people will say, oh, that's crazy. That's an Acne Studios top. Why would you do that? Because frankly, this shirt is like maybe $500. It's crazy. I know it's egregious. I know I can't believe I spent the money, but to be frank, I was a little bit manic and I was a little bit crazy because all of my clothes were in America and I was out there for Fashion Week, technically working. So I went a little bit spend happy. Okay. I went not a little bit, I went crazy spend happy. And this is one of the purchases, and frankly, I love it. But people will say, why'd you alter a $500 shirt? That's just crazy. Why would you do that? And my whole thing is, listen, I get the clothes that I want to wear, and if I'm getting clothes that I want to wear them in the way that I want to wear them. I have no problem altering or changing designer garments to fit me the way that I want them to fit me, because at the end of the day, these are my clothes and I want to wear them and style them how I want to wear them and style them. Does that make sense? All I have to say, this is one of my favorite shirts that I've ever owned, and I'm gonna wear this for the rest of my life. There's just no way I'm ever getting rid of this thing. Again, just like me as a shirt. This is me as a shirt. Very slouchy and fun. It's just me. It's me. I'm sure this will shock you, but this is a double-breasted, long blazer coat thing, like a trench coat. Like, let me try to show you how long it is. And I'm sure you'll find this shocking, but I got this in Copenhagen. And actually where I got this is from a brand called Sunflower, which is, I believe it's a Danish designer brand. I'm not 100% sure, but I got it in like some kind of like secondhand designer retail. They sell like regular vintage clothes and then also like some designer stuff. And I saw this on the rack and it was crazy expensive, y'all. In that moment, I remember thinking, I had the first like lucid moment of my trip where I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm spending so much money. This is like, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? I'm spending more money than I've even made in my life. And I saw this and I tried it on and it fit me perfectly. And it was everything I wanted. A jacket. It had the pinstripes. It was a long trench coat. Like it was everything I wanted. And my friends were like, you have to get it. You have to get it. And I walked around the store for like 25, maybe 30 minutes just holding this jacket, trying to decide. And at the end of it, I was like, you know what? I love this thing so much. This is going to be a staple piece of my wardrobe. I know it is. And frankly, it has been. It's just, unfortunately, because I live in Southern California, it's hard to wear it as much. But every chance that I do get to wear it, I do. Obviously, it's a little bit warmer out here, so it is harder to wear this thing. But I genuinely wear this every single chance that I get. It's actually like probably 68, 70 degrees today. And I'm still going to probably wear this outside of the house when I leave because that's how much I love this piece. It's so great. It goes with literally everything. It's one of the coolest pieces I've ever seen. And like I said, right now I'm just really obsessed with the double-breasted big lapel pinstripe. It's so good. I couldn't pass on it. It was egregiously expensive, I know, but like I had to do it. I had to do it. This is a vintage top from Ralph Lauren. Sorry, I can hear the garbage disposal or garbage truck in my backyard. Not my backyard, in like the alley between the houses back there. Sorry if that makes a little bit of noise. But like I said, this is a thrifted top from Ralph Lauren, and I'll be honest, most of the things on this list are very expensive. This one one is not this one I got for $10. I do still enjoy like thrifting, not so much thrifting. I like flea markets. Thrifting was never really my thing, but I've always loved flea markets. I think I got this from the Silver Lake Flea for, yeah, like I said, like literally $10. I've always wanted like a nice, simple, like Oxford blue white stripe button up. And this one is beautifully made, obviously. It's the small detail. This is what really sold me on it. This is like an actual like realistically colored version of the polo guy. One of my gripes that I have with a lot of these shirts is I don't like the color that they choose for the polo guy, but this one is like so sick because it's like realistic. It looks good. The colors look good with the shirt. It's a great shirt. And then this one I also took to my tailor to have hemmed just into like kind of that like shape that I like, that more of that scallop shape. And it was also like down to here when I got it, which was way too long for me. It's big, it's huge, it's slouchy. I wore this all through the summer. I would just unbutton the sleeves so that it was kind of like nice and flowy and roomy. But I basically lived in this shirt this summer and through a lot of the fall. I definitely love this thing. It's gonna come back out once the spring hits because it's just such a good shirt, y'all. Next is this vintage Champion reverse weave sweater that says Bentley across this. I have been for the longest time looking for just a heather gray sweater and then also like a collegiate one, just a nice simple like big letter one. And I found this at the Silver Lake Flea for I think $30-ish. I think I might have talked him down to 25 or something like that, or maybe I talked him down to 30. I actually don't remember. It's been a while. But this was literally, this checked like every single box that I was looking for in a sweater. It was super beautiful. It was, I'll be honest, very uncomfy. So I did kind of have to beat it into like being comfortable again because they just washed it. So it was not phenomenal. It was also super long. This is one that I actually cropped myself. This one was like, again, like all the way down to here. And it was just not like a flattering like look on me. So I didn't really enjoy that. But I knew that like it had good bones, if that makes sense. You know, like the shirt had good bones. It looked how I wanted. It was just a little too long. And that was something that I could fix and something that I did fix. So I made it short. And then ever since I did that, I've lived in this thing. I sleep in this thing. I don't sleep in it actually. I overheat when I sleep. So I gotta be careful about making sure I don't sleep in clothes because then it gets too hot. I just can't do it. But I do love this sweater so much. Like I said, it just ticks all the boxes. It's just so beautiful. It's so amazing. I just wear it all the time. I love it. This is one again that I'm gonna have till I'm deceased. I will be honest, I did kind of crop it a little bit shorter than I had originally desired, but at the end of the day, it's not that big a deal. It's probably too short by like maybe half an inch, which most people don't even care. I kind of notice those things, but oh well. At the end of the day, like I said, I'm still gonna love this sweater either way. I love it either way, so I had to throw it in the list. It just felt right. It just felt fair. All right, then I'm not gonna change into these because I'm pretty sure at this point I will have been showing photos of me actually wearing and styling these. When it comes to pants, I have to mention these. These are the Our Legacy Vast Cuts, I think, and like this pinstripe pattern. I love these pants. When I tell y'all, these have become some of my most absolute instant go-to. There's a truck in the alley. That was very loud. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I can hear it. It's super loud. Anyways, back to the pants. These pants have become some of my go-tos. This is actually my go-to pant for traveling. I wear this to the airport every single time I go to the airport. These are the pants that I wear. They're insanely comfortable. They look really cool. They're very well made. Like, I don't know what else to say other than these are just like the perfect pair of pants. They're a little bit more of a tighter fit than most of the other like wide leg jeans I wear, but I still think they look good. And so because of that, like I love them. I love them. I always wear them myself. I have 1,000 fits in these. These are the kind of jeans where I'll like just sit around the house in. I'll sit on my couch in. It doesn't matter. I'll lay in my bed in them. Like I love these jeans. I also would be remiss if I didn't talk about these jeans that I got from Livid, which is in Oslo on that same trip. Yes, I know that trip changed my wardrobe and my life. These pants are the perfect pair of pants. They're literally the perfect cut, the perfect fit, the perfect wash. I love everything about these pants. Literally, there's not a single bad thing I could possibly say about these pants. They're super comfortable. Again, I lounge around the house in them. I've worn them in so many fits. I've lost track at this point. These are over the last probably 6 months since I've got them. They're just my go-to pair of pants. Like if I ever don't know what to do, these are one of my, I think probably like 3 pairs of pants that I'm just like, well, I'll just throw those in and just see what happens. But they genuinely go with everything. They're a perfect, alarm. They're a perfect mid-wash. Like they look, I genuinely, I could just hype these up forever. So I might as well move on because I could talk about these for so long. They're just the perfect pair of pants. And there's really not much more that I can say about them other than they're perfect in every way. Oh, also for all of the really big fashion nerds out there, you will be happy to know that they are made of a Japanese milled denim, I believe. I believe I'm almost 100% positive, I think. And Livid is also a really good company. I'm pretty sure they have like pretty big commitments to like sustainability and like ethics and things like that. So like not only are the pants amazing, but the company itself is like a phenomenal company. Moving right along to shoes, you know them, you love them, the Acne Studios red loafers. If you followed my content at all, you know that I have spammed these things. I love them. I actually wear these to the airport as well. Now these are part of my ongoing airport fit. I wear these at every single chance that I get. They're super comfortable. They look amazing. They have this beautiful AS on them. These are just a very gorgeous pair of loafers. They're so well made. And these are actually, fun story, the first time I ever got like a pretty large brand deal, like the first time I was ever like, oh my gosh, like I'm kind of making money off social media. This is crazy. This was actually the first purchase that I bought with that money. I got a new Hydro also because I lost my other one in the airport in Nashville, by the way. Back to the loafers. I actually bought these for that, but it was at my friend Garrett Carswell's birthday, which I'm sure some of y'all know if you are familiar with my other content. But we were at the Acne Studio store because he was buying pants for his birthday, and these have a funny story. I actually wanted to buy these in the black. I wanted to try them on. I wasn't planning to buy anything because up until that point, I don't think I'd ever spent more than like $100 max on any pair of clothing ever, right? And so what had happened was I went in there to try on the black pair, and they actually had them in my size. I went to go try them because they're a women's shoe. So I went to go try the women's pair on, or I think they didn't have the men's size is what it was. They didn't have the men's size, but they had the women's size. So I went to go try the women's size. And as I was wearing them, I'm like, oh, they're really cool. They're like a size too small. So it's like, whatever, but they're cool. And then the sales associate was like, they are really cool. She was like, actually, you know what? I have one pair in the size above that, in your size, and the same ones in a maroon, like burgundy. Would you want to see them? And I was like, sure. Yeah, like, why not? Like, yeah, I'll see them. That sounds cool to me. So she comes back out with these loafers, and the second she showed them to me, my jaw hit the floor, y'all. Like I had to have left a dent in the tiles there. Like I was flabbergasted. They were so beautiful. They were so perfect. That was maybe the first time in my life I've ever like felt an article of clothing like calling my name verbally. Like I could hear Connor, we want you, Connor. Oh, I was like, oh my gosh. Even to this day, I'm still stunned. And keep in mind, this is crazy because the original shoes, these in black that I was trying on, I had no intentions of buying them because they're $800. $800 is how could I ever do that? How could I ever do that? I was still working 3 jobs at this point. I was working as a waiter, so I didn't really have money. But when she got these, I just knew, I was like, I have to get them. Like, I have to walk away with these. I just signed my first big brand deal. You know, I'll do it as like a reward, a treat to myself because I love them so much. And then she hits me with the craziest sentence I've ever heard in my life. She goes, oh, actually, something I forgot to tell you too. You probably enjoy this. These are actually 50% off right now. And I was like, 50%? 50%, they're half off right now. This is a match made in heaven. Well, how can I not get these shoes? How can I possibly say no? And I know $400 for shoes is still crazy, still unbelievably insane. So it was still mind-boggling, but I just, in that moment, I said, yep, I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna do it. I know that I need these shoes. I need them. And literally, if you look at any of my fits over the last year, these are in so many of my fits. I can't even begin to describe the impact that these have had on my fashion, just how much I love them. Like, I'll pass these down to my grandchildren one day. Like I said, I could honestly do a full 30-minute YouTube video on just these shoes alone. So I am gonna have to move on, but they are maybe the greatest purchase that I've ever made in my life. They really opened my eyes up to the fact that like I can spend money on things that are made well, that I really, really enjoy, that I know are going to last me for a long, long time. And I had done that before up to this point. Like, I had spent what I thought was like large amounts of money on clothes, which it was large amounts of money on clothes, but I would spend money on things where I'm like, hey, I'm gonna love this, and like I know the price is steep for me right now. I can't really technically afford it, but I know that I'm gonna love it. I know that I'm gonna get value out of it, and I know that it's really gonna be important to me and something that I really enjoy, which is fashion and style. And so these were basically, honestly, they kind of were a gateway drug to buying expensive things that I enjoyed. Yeah, everything that I've shown on this list would not have been possible if I hadn't bought these. So I owe probably a lot of my career and a lot of my livelihood and a lot of my purchases to these shoes. I can't say enough good things about them, but frankly, like I said, I gotta move on. Our next pair of shoes are the La Mer piped slip-on loafer thing, whatever they're called. I think they're just the piped slippers, maybe. Again, another shoe where if you've seen like any of my content recently, you know I've been living in these. I wear these around the house. These are some of the most comfortable leather shoes I've ever gotten in my life. These are exactly what I wanted in a shoe. I remember when I saw La Mer release these and I was like, I have to own those. Like, oh my gosh, I have to own them. It was crazy because because they sold out of these in America in the white, in like this off-white like cream kind of color, which is, it was just really the only one that I really wanted. I didn't really care for like the black or the brown pairs. They're just kind of whatever, but I knew I wanted these, and so I ended up buying like a pair of suede ones, like piped loafers. There were suede, there weren't these, but I bought a pair of suede ones because I was like, I just want that color so bad, and they're really cool. I love them. I actually still own them. They're amazing. And then I went to Paris, and while I was in Paris, I went to the La Mer store with my friends Jeremy and Jeremy. Funny enough, they're both named Jeremy. I was in the store and I was like, oh my gosh, they have these shoes. I've wanted these for so long. And Jeremy is funny. Well, I realized it. One I call Jeremy, the other one I call JV. So I'll say Jeremy. Jeremy's really funny because he encourages me to buy expensive things. And this is actually maybe the first time that this happened, and actually maybe the only time that this happened now I think about it. But it is funny, but he was a big proponent to why I bought these. I was like, oh my gosh, Jeremy, like they have these shoes. I love them. I've wanted them for so long. He's like, oh, just try them on. Like, and I was like, you're so right. Like, why not? So I went to try them on because we were originally there because JV was buying a pair of these in black. And so I was like, you know what? Like, yeah, let me try them on. Let me just get a pair of those. Why not? Like, why would it hurt to see? I tried them on. When I put them on my feet, oh my God, it felt like Thanos putting on the Infinity Gauntlet. Like, I put the shoes on my feet and I just felt like, you know, like in Endgame when he puts on the glove and he's just like all like the power, like all the Infinity Stones just like start going through his body. You can see like the rainbow colors up his veins and stuff. That's what it felt like putting on these shoes. And again, they were so expensive. I was like, I was like, Jeremy, I can't buy this. This is coming off the back of the Copenhagen Oslo trip, right? So I've already spent more money than I've made in my life. And I'm like, Jeremy, I can't buy, there's no way I can buy these shoes. And he was like, yeah, you can. Just get them. Just get them. It's worth it. Just get them. Man, this dude talked me into buying these shoes, and frankly, I have to say the biggest thank you ever to Jeremy because I live in these things. I love these things. I live, eat, sleep, breathe my La Mer piped loafers. Again, a pair of shoes I'll have to the day I die, and another one that I could spend maybe the rest of my life talking about because they are really just that amazing. I can't recommend these enough. If you've been eyeing these, get them. Just do it. I know they're expensive, but I promise they are so worth it. I'm so obsessed with these to this day, and I will frankly be obsessed with these forever. But again, I have to move on because I could, like I said, I could talk about them till the day I die. Now we're moving into accessory territory, and I could not do this list without talking about this scarf from Jacquemus. I love this scarf so much. I'm sure last year you saw me spam it. Again, this is a scarf that I would be wearing in every single one of my fits right now if it wasn't 70 degrees outside every single day. I'm actually sweating just touching this right now. It is so hot in my house. If anybody's familiar with any of my content on my other platforms, again, this is just a scarf that's just, I wear it so much. I love the pattern in it. I love the colors on it. It's just very comfortable. It just looks amazing. It's just cool. And so like I said, I wore this thing so much. I spammed this thing. It is just so beautiful, so gorgeous. I have a million fits in this thing. I love like the ends of it too, like the frilly little ends too. I think they're just so fun. It's just so well made. It's a beautiful scarf. I remember actually, I saw a picture of somebody wearing this scarf on Instagram, my Instagram Explore page. That's how I saw it. And this was like right when like all the big scarves, like the Acne Studio scarves last year, were really starting to blow up at that time last year. I saw somebody wearing this one and I was like, oh my gosh. I reverse Google searched it because nobody would tell me in the comments what it was and I couldn't find it. And so I reverse Google searched it, or reverse image searched it, whatever it's called. And I found it. And once I saw it, it was again, one of those things where I was like, I think I literally just bought in the Acne Studios loafers and I was like, you know what? Go big or go home. I got to do it. I gotta buy these. I can't help it. So I ended up buying the scarf, and man, if I haven't gotten a million wears out of this thing, I'll own it till the day I die. That's a common theme. I don't need to say that anymore. That's the same with everything that I own here. It's just going to be a staple in my wardrobe for the rest of my life. And I love this thing so much. I don't think I could live without it. Also, for accessories, we have this beautiful bag from Holtzweiler. Now, these charms on it did not come with the bag. I put them on there, but I got this bag in Oslo again from Holtzweiler because, you know, all my stuff was on another planet essentially. Let me move this chair. But I got this bag and I have been so obsessed with it. I wore this thing as much as I can. It's a tough bag to wear out here because it's just so like loud and crazy. It's hard to like really like make work, you know, like people kind of look at you weird where I live if you're wearing this thing. But I love this bag so much. I use it any chance that I can. I bring it to all the fashion weeks. It is so cool. The leather on it it's so buttery. It is the most buttery leather ever. The zipper is like just feels like the construction of this bag is just crazy. It's the most 15 out of 10 construction construction I've ever experienced in my life. This thing is completely braided. Like the strap is braided. It is crazy. It's the craziest bag ever. I'm a big, when it comes to like photos, because I was a photographer before I was into fashion. When it comes to photos, I love movement. I love things that are very expressive and like crazy and big and like they're flowy and like you can just see the fun, like liveliness and the movement in it. And these frilly things, when I walk with them, I mean, you can just see it. It's just so clear, so obvious, bright as day. I have added some bag charms. I did get this like little pair of Japanese selvage denim from Haven Court, which is really funny. This is a little tag from Mutimer. It's like a cowhide little charm thing. And this I actually just got in Nashville. This is really funny. This is the lead singer of the Grateful Dead, which I'm gonna be completely honest, this is embarrassing, but his name is escaping me right now. I got this in Nashville like actually last week with my family, and I just thought it was so funny, and I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. Why not just get it for my bag? Like, why not do that? I think it's a little bit more, it's just fun. It adds some character, some dimension to an already 4-dimensional bag. So yeah, this is another great one, which I love. I think it's amazing. It fits actually it's like a pocket. This thing is literally a pocket dimension. I can fit everything in my entire room in this and still have room left over. I probably could fit in this if I'm being real. There's so much space in this bag. The inside is beautifully lined too. Again, I can't say enough good things about this bag because it really is all that. It's just all that. What more can I say? And last up for this little clothing best of tour, best of 2024, I guess. You've probably noticed me wearing this video. Maybe you're gonna ask, but I'll show it to you anyways. It is this chain that I have on right now, this dog tag pendant chain. This is a chain from Tiffany. I don't know if you can see that right there. It's got my initials CC on the back of it right there. Wow, if this isn't one of the greatest purchases of my life. A little background on this too, because again, it kind of just goes into how much I love this piece. Like 2 or 3 years ago, I want to say, when I really started getting into fashion, I started getting into style, and I was like, oh my gosh, I like clothes. I started realizing like how much I liked clothes. I started a wish list of just stuff that I want, like different designer pieces, different not designer pieces, just anything that I found online that I thought was like really cool. And this was the first piece that I ever added to it. I remember seeing this and I was so obsessed with it. My sister actually owned one of these. She got one secondhand a long time ago, and I thought it was so sick. Frankly, I love the chain probably the most. That's probably my favorite part of it. But this has been the #1 thing on my wish list for, like I said, 2, maybe 3 years, and it is not cheap. I think overall, with all the extra, I had to get this lengthened, and I wanted to get it engraved as well. So with all the extra things, I think it's ended up being over $1,000, which is crazy. I can't believe like in my life I'd spend $1,000 on anything, let alone a necklace. I mean, I'm not gonna go into the background of why I do that stuff now. I just, suffice to say, it's part of my job and it's something that I love, and people spend money on things that they love. Agree, disagree, whatever. It doesn't really matter to me. At the end of the day, I can afford to live and also get stuff that I really enjoy, and so I'm gonna do that, and I'm sure if other people were in my position, they would do that as well. And I get these comments all the time, so before you go around saying, oh, trust fund kid, this guy comes from money. I grew up in the ghetto in Gardena, so I did not come from money. My parents, frankly, struggled to provide for my sister and I most of my life. So you can think whatever you want. It doesn't really matter to me, but I figured I would just deal with that before people come accusing me of being some trust fund kid. Anyways, little miniature rant aside, back to the important things. This necklace, I ended up, actually my birthday, so my birthday was on December 4th, obviously of last year. I was just walking through and I knew on that day, I was like, I had a phenomenal year. I did really well. I worked hard. I made more money than I ever have in my life. And I was like, you know what? It's time, I think, to get this necklace. I've always wanted it. It's been on wish lists that I've posted on TikTok for the past year. I was like, you know what? It's time for me to finally just pull the trigger and get it. So I walked in and I was like, hey, I want this necklace specifically. I don't need to look at anything else. And I ended up buying it for my birthday. And I'm not kidding when I say this. There's not been one singular day that I haven't worn this since. Even if I don't leave my house, I just wear it around my house just to have it around my neck because I love it so much. It's so gorgeous. It's so beautiful. Sorry, the light is kind of really bad. Let me see if I can change that a little bit. I know it's like the glare is crazy, but it's so beautiful. It's so gorgeous. I love to look at it. I love to like just feel it. I'm a very like tactile person, so I just love I think that's the right word. Tactile? Is that the tactile? I like the way that things feel, and so it feels really nice in my hands. I can't say enough good things about it again. It's really surreal to check this thing off my wish list because again, it's something I've wanted for just so long, and it's like, wow, I can't believe I'm at a time and place where I could actually make it happen. I'm extremely grateful. I'm extremely blessed. What a crazy year that 2024 was. I'm sure there's plenty of things that I've forgotten to put on this list, but these are just like the things that I stuck. I mean, these are the things that first came to mind. So I'm sure there's other things in my closet that I got this year that I could easily put on the list, but I feel like there is some merit in these being the items that just came to my mind right off the bat. The things that when I thought, oh, what are my favorite pieces from this year? Like all of these popped up instantly. That was basically my best of fashion purchases for 2024. Man, what a year. It was a great, phenomenal year. I'm excited for 2025. Actually, I'm really interested to see what will happen because it looks like TikTok, actually, I'll probably know by the time this video is posted, but it looks like TikTok's probably going to get banned, which is going to be a huge source of my income gone. And frankly, that's fine. If I have to go back to working 3 jobs, it's not the end of the world to me. I'll still produce content because I just love it. I love the communities that I've built. I love the people that interact with my stuff and the people who love my content. And I have so much fun making content. I have so much fun doing fashion. There's no reason not to. So if I have to go back to a regular job, then so be it. It's not the end of the world for me. Like I said, I'm used to working jobs. That's not a problem. But we'll see. We'll see if 2025's purchases can rival 2024's. I don't know that they can because I really can't see me living life without any of these pieces. All I have to say, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the content. Let me know what other kind of YouTube videos you want to see. I had a ton of fun making this. As always, I'm excited to see what other stuff comes up on YouTube. I'm getting a little bit sleepy, which is not good because I got so many errands to run today. I do so much things. It's part of life. Running errands is part of life. I realized that as an adult, like 80% of your life is just running errands. You just wake up and you run errands, and then you go to bed, and then you wake up, and then you go to work, and then you run errands, and then you go to bed, and then you wake up and you do that again, and then you do that again, over and over and over, and that's all you do is you run errands. That's your entire life as an adult. You just run errands. You're a big errand runner. You're a glorified errand. That's all you do for the rest of your life. You just run errands. So that being said, I probably should go run my errands. I'll wrap this video up. Love y'all so much. Great talking to you. Great showing you my clothes. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, deuces.